channel 421, Go TV channel 125, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. I am Emmanuel Samani.
And I'm Noella. Yalley. Tonight, Health Minister refutes claims recruitment portal deployed by the ministry is a scam, attributing the challenge of the system to overwhelming pressure from thousands of prospective applicants.
Also tonight, lawyers for Asante Akyem North MP prepare for a long legal battle against his extradition to the United States 4 days after his arrest and detention in the Netherlands.
Also, inadequate judges in the Upper West region is affecting justice delivery as judicial officers are forced to travel long distances from the regional capital to hear cases. In business,
Economist Professor Peter Quarty discloses the 7.7% monthly growth rate recorded in February 2026 is sustainable if government maintains fiscal discipline.
And in sports,
well, Ghana picks 2 medals on day 3 of the ongoing Africa Senior Athletics Championship.
Well, this is JoyNews Prime. Remember, we are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. We're back in a bit.
Closing in on...
welcome to the program. Let's begin from here as tonight's growing anxiety among unemployed health workers of a government's recruitment portal is forcing the health ministry to respond to claims that the system is fraudulent. Many applicants say they have struggled to access the portal, leaving several frustrated and uncertain about the recruitment process. But
Health Minister Kwabena Akando insists the portal is genuine and says that challenges were caused by heavy traffic from thousands of applicants trying to access the system at the same time. Fatal Bayaga has more in the following report.
The Minister of Health, Kwabena Akando, has vehemently opposed suggestions that the recruitment portal deployed by the ministry is a scam following the inability of applicants to access the system. The minister clarified that the situation is as a result of huge pressure being exerted on the portal by thousands of prospective recruits.
Somebody got to me and said that, look, the portal was opened 10, and by 10:06, when I wanted access, I couldn't enter. So I asked them, and I have a copy. If you like, I'll forward it to you. I asked them to forward to those who have gone through. And you realize that about 10 people enter at every second. I'll forward it to you. So it's very, very competitive, and it depends on where you are, your connectivity and all that. I appreciate the concerns, but we have a challenge at this point in time.
He further urged the applicants to be careful and vigilant to ensure that they are not duped by unscrupulous individuals.
Scrupulous people everywhere, every time, every moment. So I will encourage everybody to be very careful, very vigilant. Even before I became a health minister, you can ask members of parliament. They are using their names all over on several platforms. They are duping people. But I have challenged anybody and everybody. You get us the slightest, not even the slightest evidence, and then we'll deal with the person.
As part of the tour, Mr. Akando also commissioned a free primary health post at Medina to serve the community and charged the officials to make judicious use of the facility.
And let me tell you that we are running this program not on loans and not on grants. It is you and I, our money. And therefore, there should be judicious use of these resources. Let us all own the system so that we can, at the end of the day, get the full benefits.
The Municipal Chief Executive and the Member of Parliament for the area, Francis Xavier Susu, commended the government for establishing the facility in the area.
Beautiful edifice. And today, for the people of Medina, we are very grateful. In fact, we don't know how to thank you and to His Excellency the President.
Today, on behalf of the chiefs, the people of Medina, I want to thank the Health Minister for coming to Medina to do this great work. And like Oliver Twist to appeal that they will do more to us.
The tour forms part of efforts by the Health Ministry to improve healthcare delivery and to assess the state of health facilities across the country. Reporting for JoyNews from the Mother and Child Hospital here in Kasua, I'm Fatal Bayaga.
Well, still on health, fresh concerns are emerging from the Mother and Child Hospital at Kasua as management reveals growing pressure on the facility due to inadequate staff and the lack of critical medical equipment. The hospital authorities warn the challenges are affecting healthcare delivery for mothers and children seeking treatment.
The hospital recently came under intense public scrutiny after a pregnant woman reportedly died while in labor after medical officials allegedly failed to carry out a requested cesarean section due to the unavailability of recovery beds. Here is the medical superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Michael Jesidanso, breaking down the challenges confronting the facility.
100 deliveries a month with surgeries over 300 surgeries. In fact, last month we had done about 340 surgeries with just 6 medical officers. You can understand the stress and the burnout situation that we face. But in all this, I think we are doing our utmost best to keep services running and to provide the quality that our clients deserve.
However, following an unannounced visit to the facility, Health Minister Kharyne Akyem says he has witnessed the challenges firsthand and insists urgent interventions are needed.
Today, they made me aware that they are overwhelmed and so they need more staff. So the problem they enumerated, those I can solve instantly. I have directed that about 3 medical doctors should be posted here with immediate effect. I have also directed that they should post 5 midwives to this facility. I have also directed that about 5 of their orderlies must be mechanized with immediate effect. I have directed that they give me a list of health equipment, medical equipment, that within the next 24 to 48 hours we will supply them.
The minister also assured of immediate measures to provide adequate medical equipment for health facilities across the country, following concerns raised by some health practitioners.
I should be the first person to admit that our equipment status in this country is very, very poor. And that is what I inherited. So we have one strategy dealing with the primary health care facilities. So we have bought a number of or quantities of health equipment, hospital equipment that we are distributing across the length and breadth of this country.
Meanwhile, the Health Ministry says steps are underway to address the staffing and logistical challenges confronting health facilities to improve healthcare delivery nationwide. For JoyNews, Fatal Bayaga, Kasua.
Now, a growing debate is emerging over who should control Ghana's major mining asset after proposals for the government to hand over the Takwa concession currently operated by Goldfields to indigenous Ghanaian firms when the lease expires. Now, while supporters argue the move could deepen local participation in the mining sector, concerns are mounting over whether some local companies have the financial and operational strength to manage such large-scale concessions. Now, the Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative warns the government must avoid concentrating strategic mining assets in only a few local firms, cautioning that a poorly managed transition could hurt investor confidence and destabilize the sector. Co-chair of the initiative, Steve Mantial, warns the proposals could negatively affect investor confidence.
Well, the co-chair of the initiative, Steve Mantial, says rather than handing multiple mining concessions to a single local company, government should consider a consortium model that brings together strong Ghanaian firms and investors to pool capital, reduce risk, and retain more mining wealth within the local economy.
Let's give them some time.
Well, for more on this, the Deputy Ranking Member on Parliament's Committee on Lands and Natural Resources, Akufo-Addo, joins us live via Zoom right now for a conversation. Honorable, good evening. Many thanks for your time. And why does the minority believe caution is necessary in this discussion?
Let me say a very good evening to you, and also thank you very much for having me. First and foremost, let us all settle this matter that we are not, and nobody will be against the local participation of Ghanaian firms in our extractive industry or Ghanaian ownership in the extractive industry. But what we must be cautious about is that the over-concentration of our mining and extractive industry in the hands of a few. The whole interest about government in our extractive industry or mining industry are, for me, in two folds. One, the opportunity for us to generate employment, first and foremost. And secondly, also, how much does government get out of the exploration of our natural resources that we do have? In terms of revenue, government takes almost about the average estimated tax returns that government takes for mining companies in this country is about 60 to 65%. So if we are talking about how much government gets, that is where we are getting. So for every, say, $100 that ends up as being production or whatever from the mining companies, government is taking almost about $60 out of that. That is the first one. Secondly, employment. We have a local content and local participation law in this country that basically currently has helped us to have more Ghanaians in operational activities in the mining. I mean, they are taking on managerial roles as the managing director, heads of technical areas and the rest. So we cannot in any way talk about us not having local participation in it.
Right.
But what we are talking about and what the IE is talking about is that ownership. First and foremost, let's identify and say how many Ghanaian firms would have the model of going into owning all these mines.
Well, that's why the conversation comes back to, putting together a consortium, if you like, because there's the argument that most of these mining firms for decades, and there's no real development in these mining communities. And so perhaps should we have a consortium, it might be better, especially for these communities. Don't you agree?
Yes, I believe the state must be leading that discussion, and the state must be actively participating in that, so that we will be able to prop up more Ghanaian companies, deliberately lifting them up so that they will be in charge of these mining. If we don't do that, and if we don't have that deliberate policy at making sure that we have enough Ghanaian companies who are capable of managing and owning these firms, we would end up concentrating them in one single individual or one single company or just about two. And the exposure that these companies will go in will be detrimental to our extractive industry. Because bear in mind, it is a capital intensive and high technical area. Probably one may have one concession or one mine and the person may be operating well. But once you start over concentrating in that person, the person will need more resources. The person will need more technical hand. And would end up defeating the purpose for which we want to do that. We should not be seen as doing that. Otherwise, the companies that we have now would be thinking that in the next 2, 3, 4 years, when my lease is expired, they
might be in the same position. Absolutely.
Yeah. So they are not going to put in more effort and more finances at doing more exploration. And if they do that, we are going to be limited in terms of the capacity. Daman is a very classical example.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time, Mr. Akufo-Addo. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to continue with the conversation. Akufo-Addo is a ranking member on Parliament's Committee on Lands and Natural Resources speaking to us there. Thank you so much.
Now, there are courtrooms in parts of the Upper West region without judges, forcing judicial officers from Wa and Nandoli to travel long distances to hear cases. Upper West Regional Minister says the situation is delaying justice delivery across the region, and he warns that even with a new regional court complex expected to be completed this year, the problem will persist without more judges, staff and vehicles. Rafiq Salam has the rest of the story.
After 26 years of construction, the Upper West Regional Court Complex in Wa is nearing completion. Regional Minister Charles Wong-Opozun says only finishing work remains and the facility could open before the next legal year starts in October. But Charles Wong-Opozun warns the real bottleneck is people, not buildings. Tumo District Court has no judge, leaving cases from the Sisala area stalled.
Within the mandatory period, if they cannot bring them to Wa, but the nearest court from Sisala area to is Wa, then we have a difficulty in having the matters dealt with. So a lot of cases have stalled, and he has to take the judge in Wa to sometimes allocate some days in the week to go and sit and come back to the regional capital, which is a difficulty for him, especially at the district level. They don't give them vehicles.
Jiriba also has a difficulty currently. Nadoli has a judge and is very active. Lara has a circuit court but no judge. The new court complex will house 2 high courts and 3 circuit courts. Yet, Wa currently has just 1 high court judge.
So as I said, the ultimate is the staffing, and then all of us, what we keep saying that we should digitalize things to ensure that human rules are less in the judicial process, quote unquote, with the assumption that corruption will be better.
Parliament Judicial Committee says it is ready to act. Ranking member Bid and Waters Mazeden says the committee will take up the staffing and funding gaps when the budget is considered.
But the issue of staffing is very, very important. It's very, very important because without adequate staff, the judiciary as a judiciary cannot operate. They provide everything for the judges, the magistrates, and all those people. So their presence is very, very important.
The Judicial Parliamentary Committee, upon visiting the site, were not happy with the snail pace of work at the site by the contractor. A director of Project 7 Limited, contractors for the project, Simon Sowa, however, rejected claims that his company abandoned the project and misapplied funds, saying materials are on site and work has progressed.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Well, let's still stay in Wa, but here in Laura, as increasingly reporting crimes to the police, but many cases are failing in courts because victims refuse to testify. Laura Municipal Chief Executive says the situation is affecting efforts to secure convictions and fight crime in the area. She's also warning of a growing environmental threats from pollution in the Black Volta, allegedly linked to illegal mining activities in neighboring Burkina Faso. Here's more from Rafik Salam.
Laura Municipality is calmer this year. According to Municipal Chief Executive Madam Cecilia Soyele Nurutu, crime rates are down with only isolated cases of cattle rustling, domestic violence, and petty offenses reported.
The municipality is generally peaceful and calm. Crime is generally on decline, except for a few cases.
Madam Cecilia Soyele told the Assembly, crediting the Municipal Security Council for staying ahead of threats.
The Municipal Security Council has been reviewing the security situation regularly and implementing strategies to deal with criminals and to forestall any eventuality.
Meanwhile, fears over pollution of Black Volta River have crossed borders after viral videos spark alarm. Laura Music inspected Dipe and Bagri and found no illegal mining on the Ghana side. Investigators have traced the source to Wassa village near Dano in Burkina Faso.
During the meeting, it was established after some visits to Dipe and Bagri that was no mining along the Black Volta in the Ghana belt. However, the source of the pollution was from a village around Wassa in Burkina Faso called Dan.
There was also a win for security forces. 2 vehicles carrying dynamite, cyanide, and tramadol hidden under foodstuffs were intercepted.
These vehicles are currently under lawful custody awaiting prosecution.
While Laura streets may be safer, the Laura mayor say lasting security and healthcare will depend on public support and cross-border cooperation. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam. Laura.
Don't we all love that signature, Rafik Salam? Anyway, traders and parts of the Bunu East region could soon see new market under the government's 24-hour economy policy as contractors set to begin the project. But Regional Minister Francis Owusu warns government will not tolerate shoddy work under the initiative. And Asante has more.
This region is known as Ghana's food basket, but when night falls, many hardworking traders have been forced to conduct business in the dark along dusty streets. That is set to change. Today, officials signed agreements to build dedicated, lit and secure markets designed to operate around the clock. Regional Minister Francis Osantwi, at a brief meeting with MMDCs, consultants and project contractors, left a message to all parties involved in government's flagship 24-hour economy markets.
My caution to the contractors is that they are to make sure they work within the project duration. 2, they are to make sure they work within the project budget. And finally, they are to make sure they work within the project specification.
The government is betting that these modern markets will boost local trade and create overnight jobs, adding that only quality work will be entertained.
Quality has value. So I insisted on quality. And I did that because we want this project to travel for life. We don't want a situation whereby some few years to come, this market structures will collapse. Aside that, people are going to patronize the product. People are going to transact business there. It means that we need to protect the life of the people.
The DCE for Telecommunications North, Adam Kobna Johnson, says the intervention will decongest the roads and provide shelter and utilities for tomato farmers in Chobodom who bring their produce late in the evenings during peak seasons.
And so it is important that we get a decent place for them to even wash now and even have some rest. This market, 24-hour economy model market, has all of these facilities. So for the people of Chobodom and for that matter, Telecommunications North, this is timely and this has come to solve our problem.
As the sun sets on the old ways of doing things, the Bono East region prepares to turn on the lights for a new era of commerce. Reporting for JoyNews, Anas Sabit, Telecommunications.
We're watching JoyNews Prime, and we'll take a quick breather, but still to come, lawyers for Asante Akyem North MP prepare for a long legal battle against his extradition to the United States 4 days after his arrest and detention in the Netherlands.
Hi, it's me. The one you poke, sip, and hopefully love. I'm your small reminder that growing up doesn't mean growing out of me. Trends come and go, but you still reach for me. I'm not just a drink, I'm that little sip that reminds you life can still be sweet. Calipo fruit juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Hey, Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey! Is your tech holding you back? Feeling lost in the maze of outdated gadgets? Relax. Come with me to Configure.
Magic. Now I've been international fashion designer. No more pencil than talk matter beer. Coffee Ghana. Classic.
Oh, number one.
CompUGhana. Ghana. We don't just sell electronics, we transform your life. From office to home appliances and more, we have everything you need to step into the future.
CompUGhana, class in Kwa. CompUGhana, #1.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number 1, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it dey carry water, no wahala. Syntex pipe, it dey make water dey flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Discover Willow Lane in Sakumono, one of Ghana's most prime community. These expertly designed 4-bedroom homes feature a private elevator, 4 ensuite bedrooms, private balconies, walk-in closets, and a gourmet kitchen and a maid's quarters. Perfect for families, executives, investors, and retirees. Our community offers a swimming pool, playground, and 3-tier security for your peace of mind. Experience the ultimate in comfort, convenience, and community here at Willow Lane, Sakumon. Visit wayley.org or call 0240-111119 or 0308-040500 to book your tour today. Wayley, your trusted home builder.
You're welcome back.
Of Asante Akyem North MP Ohene Kwame Frimpong are going into a long legal tussle with U.S. authorities to fight against his extradition to the United States. Now, the MP was arrested on Sunday at the Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam, Netherlands, while traveling to the United Kingdom upon the request of the American authorities. Now, he has since been placed in detention in the Netherlands, although no official charges have been preferred against him yet. And there's more on the following report.
The arrest of the Asante Akyem North MP, Ohene Kwame Frimpong, did not only come as a surprise, but raised questions over how a country could intercept the legislator of another country without recourse to diplomatic procedure.
The honorable member was arrested Sunday morning en route to London on a private trip, even though he was traveling on his diplomatic passport, but the trip was a private one. And because he was flying in KLM, the transit naturally will be through Schiphol in Amsterdam.
Another concern that others are raising is that this is a sitting member of parliament, and the appropriate way to have done this was to have written to parliament seeking his extradition. Was anything like that done that you're aware of?
As I speak, most such communication came to parliament from either the U.S. government or Interpol that effected the arrest.
Majority Chief Whip of Parliament, Roxinda Pamapo, also revealed that various government agencies are working together to secure his release from detention.
To be honest with you, I was the first person he called when he had a crisis. And then I also called my principal, Bono Bayaiga. He was then also in transit. He was in London, actually traveling to Ghana. Then he cut it short and had to travel to Schiphol to go meet him. So leader went to engage him for about 2 hours in the detention. So and then we got the foreign minister to also coordinate it. Then we got the ambassador, Ghana's ambassador to Hague to actually lead the discussion. So all the critical people, including the Attorney General, who is also doing an opinion on some aspects of the matter. So the matters are being properly coordinated. We are hoping that whatever the reasons are such that it will not escalate the matter and he will be released to return home.
Information available to JoyNews indicates that the effort to get his release may involve a legal tussle. Lawyers for the MP, we understand, are opposing his immediate extradition to the United States of America. This means they will proceed to court to challenge the legality of the extradition order of the U.S., an action which is expected to drag his release or a possible extradition, depending on how the case pans in court.
Tomorrow News Tonight, the government is pushing to raise women's representation in key sectors of the economy to at least 30% by the end of the year, while calling on the media to intensify public education on the Affirmative Action Gender Equity Act. The Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection says sustained media engagement is key to closing long-standing gaps in society. Here's a report by Michelle Arte.
The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection is rallying the media to move beyond reporting and become an active force in advancing gender equity as Ghana rolls out the full implementation of the Affirmative Action Act. The landmark legislation, passed in 2024, mandates a minimum 30% representation of women across political, economic and social institutions, with a long-term target of achieving gender parity by 2034. Speaking at a media engagement, Gender Minister Dr. Agnes Namomulate described the media as indispensable to the success of the Act, stressing that journalists must help drive public awareness, challenge discrimination, and hold institutions accountable.
Use your platforms to inform the public,
to make their purchases at great discounts.
For JoyNews,
to lead in shaping a national discourse that drives change and results in gender equality and social inclusion for sustainable development.
The minister is confident that media support will help deliver real progress under the Act.
With informed commitment, the media partners we have, definitely the Affirmative Action Act will not remain only on our status books, but will be reflected in the gender transformation across all institutions, both public and private, for the development of the country.
The ministry says it is determined to ensure that the Affirmative Action Act is fully realized, not just in policy, but in the lived experiences of the people. For JoyNews, Michelle.
Now, residents of Anomanji, Isuja Junction and surrounding communities in the Suame municipality are grappling with an acute water crisis as prolonged dry taps push many to scramble for water daily. Now, over the past 2 months, people in these areas have been walking long distances, to fetch water from distant sources, a burden that falls heavily on women and children. And Francis Mensah has the rest of the story.
This situation has disrupted households, forcing families to adjust their daily routines and stretch limited incomes to cope. Residents say many students go to school unwashed, while families spend money they do not have on water from tanker services and private vendors to spell continues. Public health concerns are mounting over hygiene and the risk of waterborne diseases, particularly among children and the elderly. Residents are urging swift action to restore regular water supply and provide interim measures to ease the burden on affected households. I am supposed to be at work by now, but because of how difficult it is to get water, I'm now going to work late. We are pleading with the authorities to come to our aid. As a nursing mother who also works, finding water to wash my baby's clothes is a struggle. By the time I manage to get water for bathing, I often end up late for work. To get water, we walk long distances and cross busy roads where cars drive at high speed, which is a threat to our lives. They have brought a water bill to us, but I refuse to share it with the tenants because the water isn't flowing. Meanwhile, the Ghana Water Limited has attributed the water supply disruptions in the affected areas to frequent power outages. The management of Ghana Water Limited explained the interruptions to electricity supply have hampered the company's ability to pump and distribute water consistently to households. They assured residents the water company is working closely with the Electricity Company of Ghana to resolve the issue and restore regular supply as soon as possible. Francis Mensah's report for JoyNews.
Now, more than 61,000 candidates will from Monday begin this year's National Technical and Vocational Education and Training Certificate examinations across the country. The Commissioner for the Technical and Vocational Education and Training says new inclusive assessment measures have been introduced to support candidates living with disabilities. According to the Commission, the move is part of efforts to expand access and ensure fairness in technical and vocational education. Stephen Mensah has more. Well, we'll bring you that story subsequently, but for many workers in Ghana, the salary earned at the end of the month is barely enough to survive, leaving little or nothing to save. A new study by the Kumasi Technical University revealed that only 32.2% of salaried workers are able to save, while most say their expenses exceed their income. Here's a report put together by Noella.
The National Cost of Living Outlook report for the first quarter of 2026 surveyed 4,155 households across 2,350 communities in 8 regions, covering 100 constituencies. The report further revealed that 95% of workers earn less than 5,000 cedis monthly, with more than 36% earning below 1,000 cedis. Researcher Professor Smart Sapon explains.
Only 32.2% of workers are able to make some savings at the end of a less disruptive month. You will see this in the full report that I'll be attaching to you. In fact, the rest, however they try, they are unable to save. However they try, they are unable to save. When somebody was asking me then, Prof, how do they survive? And you see that it breeds some level of extortion, corruption. Everybody is trying to survive because if you leave it to the salary alone, you simply would have nothing to do.
The research further revealed public sector employees generally receive better pay compared to their private sector counterparts, while only 6.6% of public sector workers earn less than 1,000 cedis a month. A significant 15.8% of private sector workers fall into this category.
Overall, 58% of private sector workers earn below 2,000 cedis, compared to 19.7% in the public sector.
That there is a certain disparity. That disparity for me is too wide. Yes, the space is for the private sector, but they say government is the one responsible for giving the enabling environment for the private sector to thrive. If the private sector workers are also government or Ghanaian workers, then we must find a way of closing the gap, if not up to equal level. At least the current disparity should be a matter of concern. So this is just to support. In fact, for the same middle to low level manpower job, i.e. teaching job, nursing, etc., the private sector pays 2 to 3 times less than the public sector, just to further emphasize.
Meanwhile, the report also sheds light on the rising cost of living. As of the end of the first quarter of 2026, only 14.4% of Ghanaians perceived the cost of living to be low, a sharp decline from 68.8% in 2025. For JoyNews, Noella Kumase.
Now, teaching children to speak the truth over comfort is an advice Mary Lovelace Johnson says has helped her children stay out of trouble. Now, the Director, Regional Operations Directorate at the Food and Drugs Authority once was clinically declared dead after her second child, but recovered and went on to pursue her dream career. Now, she's now cautioning women against using their gender as a barrier to achieving your goals. And she sat with my colleague, Hannah Odami, for our series titled My Mother, My World.
Plugging and enjoying coconut water on hot days, cooking, singing, drumming, and dancing are some of the ways she winds down after hectic weeks of work at the office and on the field. Maria Abba Lovelace Johnson's work at the Food and Drugs Authority keeps her at work for long hours, but she finds ways of making time for her children.
I mean, being a woman and doing all these things, let me say, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It is a loaded work, but then you do it with joy too because God has given you that. So sometimes you just want time. Most of the time, I don't even have a lot of time for them. That's why sometimes when it's their vacation, I also take my leave. So you can be let's just be here together and all of that.
Maria, now a director of inspectorate, was attracted to the FDA due to her love for food.
I was posted there as one, and two, I actually wanted, I like something food.
Okay.
I like food.
So it was an interest that pushed you there.
Yes, and it was a new thing. And as I said, I like new things. I like things that I make something out of.
Maria, who believes career mothers have less time for their children, shares a secret that has helped her as a mother to enable her children feel her presence.
You can do what I have to do humanly possible, I do. And then you leave the rest with God for direction. So we have time together.
And you get to hear more from them.
Exactly, telling me, and they keep talking. Sometimes they talk and
but you have to make time to listen.
Yes.
That's the time most parents have to listen to. And her children totally adore the sacrifice.
Mommy, thank you for everything that you have done for us. We appreciate your sacrifices and your love.
I promise to you that I will utilize all resources available to me to make sure that I become the person you want me to be. And through Jesus Christ's name, I will do it.
Becoming a mother almost cost her dearly, as she was once declared clinically dead after delivering her second child. Despite this and other similar challenges, coupled with demanding schedules, the chief regulator, interior decorator, family caterer, musician, and instrumentalist juggles them all so orderly and, most importantly, happily, so much that it gets infectious. For JoyNews, I am Hannah Oda.
Beautiful report.
Yeah, the dancing moves. well, talking about dancing, what would you do once you hit?
I actually wanted to say hallelujah somebody so you can, respond.
Hallelujah.
No, amen. You don't
amen.
Oh my God. So we're taking you to church, but this time I guess we're showing you the fun side of the church. And we're talking about the Archbishop.
Yes, Nicholas Duncan Williams.
Yes. A few days ago, he celebrated his 69th birthday, and in a rather rare footage, I don't think we've ever seen. I have never seen
him dance.
Dance. Charlie, they boogie.
Hey, okay.
That's right.
Look at those moves. Okay, he still got it.
Come on.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really amazing.
Okay, look at that.
Right?
Oh, happy birthday to you, sir. We wish you many more years. Happy birthday, Papa Dagi.
But stay in this mood of excitement because there's more excitement coming up with Becky, the queen of gist. She's going to be in here with Samani.
You're out of here. Bye.
Welcome to the Ghana Business Leaders Conclave, a rare time with His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei II. This exclusive forum brings together CEOs, board members, policymakers, and captains of industry for a high-level closed-door dialogue on negotiation, mediation, and ethical governance for business sustainability, alongside a rare opportunity to engage in a deeply insightful conversation with one of Africa's most influential and widely respected traditional rulers. Theme: Leading with Integrity, Navigating Mediation and Ethical Governance for Business Sustainability. In today's complex and high-stakes business environment, the ability to make sound ethical decisions under pressure is critical. Join us on Friday, 15th May 2026 at 4 p.m. at the Kofi Ohene-Konadu Auditorium on the UPSA campus. For RSVP or enquiries, kindly call 024-431-1996 or 024-587-9187. Be part of this defining conversation where leadership meets legacy and the future of ethical governance is shaped. The Ghana Business Leaders Conclave, a rare time with Otumfuo Osei II.
Hey, what's up?
Life. It's moving so fast. Yesterday I was in class 4. Today I'm almost in JHS. My shoes don't fit me anymore. My voice is deeper. I was watching cartoons, but now they say I'm too old for that.
The more things change, the more they'll stay the same. I still love you the same.
Come and sit that.
In a world that keeps changing, Kalipo still keeps making sweet memories.
I still love it.
Dad, I told you to have a sip, not to finish it.
Kalipo food juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is up to you.
And you're welcome back. It's time for Showbiz, and you already know who's in the building. Becky. Hey, Becky, what's good?
Good. Samani, Emmanuel, Dr. Emmanuel.
Oh, please,
Samani.
Not again.
I love the doctor, baby.
You do? Why?
Hi, Doc.
Hi, please give us entertainment news. We are waiting for you.
Dr. Samani. Well, before we get back to Dr. Samani, I love the name, Dr. Samani. Let's talk about Ghanaian rapper Edem, because he has stated that successful musicians often face greater challenges in the entertainment industry, explaining that fame, public expectations, and constant pressure to remain relevant make life more difficult for top artists. Speaking during an interview on the Primetime show, the award-winning musician shed more light on the struggles that come with being a well-known figure in the music industry.
Yeah, I think some of the difficult moments is, of course, when you are underground, you think it's difficult. But when you break out, how to navigate the relationships to navigate certain stereotypes and not across board. Because what I've come to learn is that people use the stereotype as a business advantage, right? And how even fans during certain concerts, when you become national, will pass certain comments. It's also very difficult when you are coming from where I'm coming from and you have to push the product because it's a minority language. You might have to do twice the work somebody's doing. So I'll cite an example. I have songs that are very big in the region, but if they were Akan songs, they will be big across Ghana without a video. So maybe you might be spending more money shooting a video to be able to get the message across to the entire nation. Of course, it's not anybody's fault, but it's your responsibility,
to push it.
To push it like that. And so it's also difficult when you don't have direct people who can mentor you. Because I'm walking the path, and of course I appreciate Chicago for what he did, but if you're doing account, you can say, you know what, I think I want to be like Daddy Lumba. So I just find my way to Daddy Lumba. I want to be like Amachi Dede. But because I don't have anybody like that, I just go and think this is how far I can go, and then I reach there and I think there's further to go. So that is one. Also, dealing with the psychological part of the business where you are the artist, you are also an independent artist, and so you have to find resources to be able to continue to push the craft.
Oh. Adam with Volta V featuring Enam. You were saying something about the song.
Yeah, I absolutely love the beat. You know, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of, you know, the Voltairean culture, if you like, pretty much gampified, for lack of a better term.
You know, coming from you, I think that the song is powerful.
Oh, I think it is powerful.
You don't always, you're not vocal about our musicians in that sense.
I mean, well,
it's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing.
But Adam is great. Yeah, I love him.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Kharyne was also on Joy Prime, and they've been opening up about the future and the ambition following the recent win at the Telecel Ghana Music Awards, revealing plans to build on the momentum with more projects and performances.
You know, people, the congratulatory messages were so much. And some of them, when you read, it's like they think it's our first time winning that award.
That's true.
Yeah, and then that is to say, I mean, it has eluded us for a long time.
Yes.
You understand? After 2021, when we won the best group.
Yes.
I mean, we are in 2026. It's 5 years.
Yes.
I mean, and
everybody has forgotten.
Exactly. Yeah. We've been working. That's why we've been fighting for this. And then this like our artist of the year for us, the best group of the year, because you've been working every day, and Kharyne has been everywhere.
You have
on platforms here and there. So we deserve it.
Outside of Ghana in the last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just got some messages where I bore, so I just take them like that because some people were saying it's not competitive enough. That's why we want it like that. And I'm like,
you got a message like that?
Oh yeah. And I told them that, you see, They were saying that if these twins were to be in the
Dub Nation,
yes, they were going to win. I'm like, it not be a group song of the year, it would be best group of the year. It's like the gospel artist of the year and the gospel song of the year. It's two different things.
Okay.
This is not the group song of the year. This is the best group of the year.
Yeah.
Actively, last year, tell me.
Yeah.
Get your back to
actively
back, everywhere. And we have a new song, as you know. Selena is doing very well. Big shouts to everybody enjoying our new song, Selena. This year we are dropping, very soon, like a week or two, we are dropping one of the biggest collaboration, Ghana-Niger, one of the biggest groups in Africa. We are dropping a collaboration very, very, very soon. The artwork is ready. The Pie Boy is ready. The fans are ready. So it's coming out very soon. Just watch our Ghana-Niger very, very soon. Keche and somebody. Very, very soon it's coming out.
Oh, the idea just tricking me now. That thing they work on my mind. What you run me, idea being a man sexy is life. Can somebody help me? I'm falling helplessly. Take me to find me and help. Oh. Can somebody help me? I'm falling helplessly. Take me to the help. Oh.
That's a new one, Selena, coming from my people, Keche. Beautiful song right there, Samani.
No comment. I'm not gonna say. I am not gonna say anything with regards to this song, and you know where I'm at when it comes to them. But well, yeah,
it's okay.
It's all right. It's all right.
That's a beautiful song. Tomorrow we will be at the Impact Makers Awards, so please join us tomorrow. There's gonna be like a red carpet. I will be there representing. I wish I was the one hosting the red carpet.
Yeah.
All these people in, but I've been given the position of an usher, so I'll be ushering everybody in tomorrow. So we won't be here for the news.
Yes, we won't be here for the news tomorrow.
We'll be at the Impact Makers Awards put together by JoyNews. We're so grateful for your time. Please log on to myjoyonline.com.
Oh, you did my work for me. I was gonna send people to.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Always. And we have business coming through right after this.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Seeing the Prentex fabric, I like the color, texture. I chose this design. It suits my body type. It means a lot to me to look good in clothes that I wear. I don't care about nobody's opinion. Maso.
Prentex. Welcome to the Ghana Business Leaders Conclave, a rare time with His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei II. This exclusive forum brings together CEOs, board members, policymakers, and captains of industry for a high-level closed-door dialogue on negotiation, mediation, and ethical governance for business sustainability, alongside a rare opportunity to engage in a deeply insightful conversation with one of Africa's most influential and widely respected traditional rulers. Theme: Leading with Integrity, Navigating Mediation and Ethical Governance for Business Sustainability. In today's complex and high-stakes business environment, the ability to make sound ethical decisions under pressure is critical. Join us on Friday, 15th May 2026 at 4 p.m. at the Kofi Ohene Konadu Auditorium on the UPSA campus. For RSVP or enquiries, kindly call 024-431-1996 or 024-587-9187. Be part of this defining conversation where leadership meets legacy and the future of ethical governance is shaped. The Ghana Business Leaders Conclave, a rare time with Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kujubaka. And looking at our stories, economist Professor Peter Quartey has stated that Ghana's 7.7% monthly economic growth recorded in the first quarter of 2026 is sustainable if government maintains fiscal prudence despite external shocks. Speaking to Joy Business, Professor Quartey said growth outturn reflected strong performance in industry and services, but its durability would depend on how government manages spending and debt servicing in the coming months.
It's certainly sustainable. Of course, all things being equal, if we don't derail, we don't, after exiting the IMF, we don't go back to our usual bad habits of spending recklessly or not adhering to good fiscal measures, not adhering to all the fiscal discipline that will ensure that we have a stable market environment. So if we continue the way we have done under this current IMF program, then I believe we are likely to sustain the growth. Granted that there's no significant external pressure like war or other things or natural disasters that may hit us. Otherwise, we are poised to grow and even grow higher, all things being equal.
Head of Finance at Merban Capital, Nelson Kujoko-Agbeji, says the growing dollar demand from multinational companies, repatriation profits coupled with increased imports by businesses is behind the recent pressure of the cedi. Now, speaking to Joy Business, he stressed that while intermediation by the Bank of Ghana is necessary to stabilize the local currency, the central bank must act cautiously to avoid Western market distortions.
Well, I did indicate, I think on your platform that first quarter has ended. Most of the multinational companies have prepared their accounts. And most of them are also repatriating profit back home. And so this will technically put pressure on the cedi. Again, having exhausted their during Christmas, most businesses who are in the commerce sector will be importing into the country because their stocks have been depleted as a result of Christmas. And so normally the of the new year, we normally see the depreciation of the cedi, and it's principally due to the fact that businesses are restocking, they are importing into the country, and of course, multinational companies are also repatriating profit back home, and so this actually puts pressure on the forex, and that leads to the depreciation of the Ghana cedi. But don't forget that Bank of Ghana has also been very cautious with their intervention approach. I'm sure the idea is not to intervene too much in the market. And once we don't have the dollars in the system, what it technically means is that there will be pressure on the cedi and the cedi will depreciate. However, this is just a normal annual cyclical effect, and we expect the trend to reverse by the end of the second quarter.
Away from that, the Ghana Chamber of Mines has rejected calls by the Institute of Economic Affairs, Ghana, to nationalize mining assets, warning that such a move could weaken investor confidence and threaten the long-term stability of Ghana's mining sector. Speaking at a media engagement, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Engineer Dr. Kharyne Ashibe, argued that a country should instead focus on strengthening regulation, improving transparency, and ensuring policy consistency to maximize value from the mineral resources.
The IEA were minded, they would realize the fact that when you talk about revenue that comes of mining, all of that does not come to government. There are costs that are involved in that. If the IEA were mindful of it, they would realize that when it comes to the rent that comes of mining, government is currently getting 60%. So when you read the IEA, did you see any data to support any of the things that were said? But you will get our statement. You will see the data, and we'll ask you to also go and see the publishers we pay. This is something we publish on an annual basis. And most of those data, you find them from public places, including the Bank of Ghana, the Ministry of Finance, GRA, and all of those. Those are data that are available. So that's the basis on which we believe that when we're shaping these policies, we do them. And not only that, we also would think that when you also want to go and take learning from other jurisdictions. So when they talk about the issues about owning, which examples are they giving us to follow? Which examples are they giving us to follow? So those are the things that we believe that we should reduce this discussion to. It should be fact-based. It should be evidence-based. It should take the history into consideration. It would have been interesting that when the IEA was talking, they tell us about the fact that this is not the first time we've done state-owned mining. We've done state-owned mining before. What was the annual production output when we were doing them? When we went into this particular model, what is it? Just do the delta between 283,000 ounces, 283,000 ounces, and 3 million ounces. Just give me what the difference is in percentage terms. And then would that support where they want us to go?
Expect more of this conversation with my colleague George Yafe on PM Express Business Edition with Engineer Dr. Ken Ashigbe. Now, the Ghana Shippers Authority has delayed the implementation of the revised container administrative charge to July 1, following concerns raised by stakeholders within the shipping and logistics industry over increasing port costs. More in this report.
The revised levy had initially been scheduled to take effect on May 1, but authorities say the postponement will create room for further consultations with shipping lines, freight forwarders, importers, exporters, and other industry players. In a public notice, the authority explained that the additional engagement period is intended to help develop a pricing structure that balances industry concerns with the need to maintain competitiveness within Ghana's trade and logistics sector. As part of interim measures, the Transport Minister has also directed the immediate enforcement of a temporary cap on the charge to help stabilize costs for businesses using the ports. Under the directive, the container administrative charge must not exceed 720 cedis per 20-foot equivalent unit for both imports and exports. The decision is expected to provide some relief to businesses that have repeatedly complained about rising port-related fees and their effect on import and export operations. Industry operators have warned that rising administrative and logistics costs could undermine Ghana's competitiveness and place additional strain on businesses already facing high transport and supply chain expenses. The Ghana Shippers Authority further urged stakeholders to comply with the temporary arrangements while consultations continue ahead of the final determination expected later in July.
Ghanaian organizations are being urged to adopt responsible AI strategies and invest in technology-driven workplace systems to meet the changing expectations of young workers. The call was made at the Joberman Ghana's HR and CEO Wave Summit, which focused on preparing businesses for a future-ready workplace amid rapid digital transformation. Here's a report.
Many institutions face challenges with responsible AI adoption and changing workplace demands from young people. In response, Joberman Ghana has organized an HR and CEO Wave Summit to equip employers with strategies for AI adoption, talent transformation, and workforce management. Chief Executive of the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management Ghana, Dr. Francis Eduku, urged organizations to invest in technology to attract and retain the emerging workforce.
Now, you cannot get good talent if you don't invest in AI. Because like I mentioned in my speech, the Gen Zs thrive in technological environments because that's their playing field. So assuming you want to get these employees who are now going to be the largest workforce in the workplace, and you don't invest in technology, especially AI, then you can't attract and retain them. So I urge Ghanaian organizations to be conscious and invest in AI to drive people experiences, productivity, and efficiency.
Managing Director of Joberman Ghana, Hilda Nimotieku, also called on organizations to develop clear policies to guide the use and governance of artificial intelligence in the workplace.
As a company, the first thing is have a policy around AI usage and governance. So it's not maybe all AI tools that you approve to use in the company, because whether you like it or not, people are using it behind your back. right? So you decide that, okay, we want to use Gemini, we want to use Cloud, and adopt it in such a way that it is a preferred AI for the company, or we want to use ChatGPT, and you train people around it on how to use it and what kind of information to put, because what you put into these AIs, they don't forget, it remembers it. What kind of company information can go into this AI, what cannot go in, because once you put it in, it becomes public information, right? So just having a policy and governance around what AI works for your company, so that people know what to do and what not to do, and they are not using it irresponsibly behind your back.
The summit brought together HR professionals, business leaders, and industry stakeholders to discuss practical solutions for building resilient and future-ready workplaces amid rapid technological change.
SkySat Technologies and Konica Minolta is inviting businesses and customers to rethink their decisions and experience possibility with the launch of the VIP SkySat Konica Minolta Experience lounge at Pegasus Palace and in the airport residential area. The newly launched facility gives customers and prospective clients the opportunity to test products firsthand, explore innovative printing solutions, and make informed decisions based on their experience. Nancy Kumsen reports.
SkySat Technologies, in collaboration with Konica Minolta, has officially unveiled the VIP SkySat Konica Minolta Experience launch at Pegasus Palace in Accra's airport residential area. The newly launched facility allows customers and businesses to interact directly with a range of Konica Minolta machines and solutions before making purchasing decisions. Speaking at the launch, General Manager of TG Holdings, parent company of SkySat Technologies, Makori, said the introduction of the VIP initiative is aimed at strengthening customer loyalty and improving client experience.
With the VIP cards, what we're trying to drive is loyalty from Ghanaian printers and Ghanaian customers. So there are different levels of cards depending on what level of purchases that you're making. You can get between 15 to 30% discounts on not only the machines but also on the consumables. So that's what we're trying to do for all our VIP customers in Ghana.
General Manager of SkySat Technologies, Vibin Leslie Alexander, noted that customers who purchase Konica Minolta products will benefit from discounts and 1-year free servicing package from SkySat Technologies, regardless of the product's category or grade.
We are offering like free service. So whoever having a Konica machine, please reach the daily graphics and grab the free service. And our engineer team can inspect your machines. They do all the things. We can bring back your old machine to the factory setup.
Manager of Business Development Distributor Sales Group at Konica Minolta, Edgar Bozat, emphasized the importance of having a reliable local partner to provide after-sales support and technical services to customers.
Finding someone on the phone when you need, or making sure the machine is working in your IT environment smoothly, that's these days more important than the physical printer itself. That's why it's very important to have a partner locally in Ghana to be able to service you whenever you need.
Member of Parliament for Bosomtwe, Dr. Yalley described the initiative as a major boost for Ghana's business community.
When I look at the industrial machines and what it can do for small businesses, printing the packaging for them, designing it for them, I think it's a game changer for the business community.
Management of TG Holdings also urged customers to avoid purchasing products from the grey market, stressing that SkySat Technologies remains the sole authorized representative of Konica Minolta machines in Ghana. For JoyNews, Nancy Kumsen's report read to you.
Telecom Ghana says high healthcare costs and limited access to ultrasound services continue to affect maternal healthcare delivery in many rural communities. Through its Telecom Foundation Rules Ultrasound Screening Initiative, the company is providing free scans for pregnant women in underserved areas to support safer pregnancies and reduce maternal mortality. More in this report.
Telecom Ghana, through its foundation, organized a free rural ultrasound screening exercise for pregnant women at the Adan Kasai Health Center. Speaking at the screening exercise, head of Telecom Foundation and Sustainability, Rita J. Warrockson, says the initiative forms part of the company's sustainability and community investment programs aimed at improving maternal health care access in underserved communities. The exercise attracted hundreds of pregnant women who received free ultrasound scans, maternal health education, and support packages.
We have seen almost 300 pregnant women this morning, and we are offering free ultrasound for them. This is one of the initiatives of Telecom Foundation. We call it the free rural ultrasound scan, where we look at selected communities, mostly hard to reach or underserved communities, and we offer free ultrasound scan for them. The whole initiative is to improve maternal health across various communities in Ghana, supporting the UN SDG Goal 3 to make sure that there's health and well-being for various stakeholders across the country.
Nurse manager at the Adan Kasai Health Center, Coleman Anani Adato, says the absence of ultrasound equipment at the facility has made prenatal care more difficult for many expectant mothers, with several unable to afford private scans.
Every pregnant woman needs to get this ultrasound scan done for them. But unfortunately, as a facility, and a rural one for that matter, we don't have the scan machine. And it becomes more expensive for the pregnant women to go in for the private scan. So a lot of them are not able to do their scan, so they are not able to attend to their antenatal services. However, having this scan will enable them or give them the opportunity to be able to come for the regular antenatal services.
A beneficiary, Abigail Tarzan, described the initiative as timely and impactful, saying the free screening has helped her better understand her pregnancy without the financial burden associated with private health care services.
Me personally, I think it's a good program that they've organized, because we did a scan, they did a free scan for us, and it will help us to know how far our baby is going. I did some 2 months ago, and I will do another one 3 months time. But as they've done the scan for us right now, I know how my baby is faring, and I know the position in which my baby is. So it's a good program.
Telecom Ghana says it expects the initiative to strengthen maternal health care support in underserved communities while contributing to national efforts aimed at improving maternal and child health outcomes.
From one telecommunication to the other, MTN Ghana has launched a new promotion dubbed the Mega Promotion as part of activities marking its 30th anniversary celebration. Details in this report.
MTN Ghana has officially introduced the Mega Promotions as part of activities to commemorate its 30th anniversary in Ghana. The initiative is aimed at rewarding loyal customers while celebrating 3 decades of the company's operation in the country. Speaking at the launch, Chief Executive Officer of MTN Ghana, Stephen Billowet, assured customer reward initiatives to be rolled out in the coming months as part of the anniversary celebration.
During the celebration from June to December, we'll be giving away prizes. You can win spin and win prizes. There will be data prizes, phones, Prados you can win. It's all to celebrate our customers. And that's to give back and to say thank you for being part of MTN. But beyond that, the things that I've spoken about already, that we're investing $1.1 billion over the next 3 years. Of that, $380 million is this year alone. 800 new sites. Think about that. 50 new sites last year. This year, 800. So that's really giving more connection, more availability, and focusing on improving the quality of the network.
Also speaking at the event, the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel Nate George, called on MTN Ghana to address concerns by citizens regarding internet accessibility and the cost of data packages.
Ghanaian consumers continue to raise legitimate concerns about the cost of data, the consistency of network coverage outside our major cities, drop calls, and the resolution of customer complaints. These concerns are real, and the celebration of 30 years does not exempt the operator from them. The government's expectation is that the next phase of MTN's investment $1.1 billion, will deliver measurable improvement that consumers can feel in their wallets and on their devices. And I believe that we will begin to see that from Q3 of this year.
MTN Ghana says its 30th anniversary celebration will focus not only on celebrating its journey so far, but also on strengthening its commitment to customers and Ghana's digital future.
I want to stay longer with MTN because in partnership with UMB Bank and Kuala Market, MTN Ghana has launched a nationwide mobile money financial literacy and business support initiative aimed at strengthening the operations of small and medium-sized enterprises across the country. The program is designed to equip entrepreneurs with practical skills in financial management and expose them to essential financial products such as savings, credit, insurance, and pensions. Details in this report.
The Momo Financial Literacy Campaign forms part of MTN Ghana's broader commitment to promoting financial inclusion and supporting entrepreneurship through digital innovation. As part of the nationwide Nkosuo capacity building, the initiative with UMB Bank and Kuala Market particularly targets farmers, tailors, and hairdressers as three sectors that play a vital role in Ghana's informal economy. Speaking at the launch, Senior Manager for Business Development at Mobile Money Limited, Charles Oseiwusu, said SMEs remain the backbone of Ghana's economy and therefore require the right support systems to grow sustainably.
Now, the essence of this capacity building is to provide financial management, also introduce this group to other financial products, savings, credits, and also a number of them such as insurance. Because we believe these groups are the key or backbone to the economy of our country. Today, these groups also provide some employment to quite a number of people, and also they provide essential service to our people within the country. Hence, targeting them and also bringing them on board as far as financial inclusion is concerned is the key thing and the essential thing to do.
Chief Executive Officer of Kuala Market, Maria Reen Seshi, noted that the partnership with MTN and UMB goes beyond conventional business training. She explained that the program will also introduce participants to the use of artificial intelligence tools to support wealth creation and business growth.
Our mission is to equip female-owned businesses to make more sales, more profit, and to build sustainable businesses. So for us, it was really a no-brainer because this is what we are built to do. But today we are here specifically to train the women on how they can see AI as a useful tool for business growth and income generation.
Head of Corporate Communication at UMB Bank, Edem Naite, said the bank joined the campaign to connect SMEs with financial solutions tailored to their specific needs. She noted that UMB Bank offers a range of products and services designed to support small businesses, including savings accounts, loan facilities, and advisory services.
For us, we bring the side of the financial inclusion bit, right? We have products, we have services that will really support the women, and that's why we are on board. So we're here today to introduce them to some of our products. We're talking about our UMB Speed App, for instance. We'll tell them about some of the accounts we have that will inure to their benefits. We also have the speed code that will also help with their businesses. So we have a lot of products. Plus the fact that we tout ourselves in the fact that we are the most reliable relationship bank in Ghana. So apart from the fact that we have products that we're introducing to the women, we're also going to emphasize the fact that we have relationship managers, we have relationship officers who will be there consistently to hold their hands and walk them through all their financial needs. And that's why we're excited to be here. And we also, are very much big on SMEs. So that's why we're here today.
For JoyNews, Nana Wachidankoyado, Kumasi.
Ghana is taking steps to prevent the exploitation of its plants, animals, and traditional medicinal knowledge by foreign entities without fair compensation. We have more for you in this report.
At a media workshop, Director of the CSIR Plant Genetic Resources Research Institute, Daniel Ashikoti, explained that the Nagoya Protocol requires researchers and companies seeking to use Ghana's plant, animals, or indigenous knowledge for scientific or commercial purposes to first obtain approval from the country.
The Nagoya Protocol on Access to Genetic Resources and the sharing of benefits arising from their utilization is a subsidiary protocol of the Convention on Biological Diversity, and it was adopted to help implement the third objective of the CBD. And Ghana became a party to it in 2019, and the CSR PGRI, or Plant Genetic Resources Research Institute, was designated as the competent national authority and the national focal point in 2021. And since then, we have been administering the protocol to make sure that Ghana is able to protect its genetic resources and also obtain all benefits that are due it from the utilization of its genetic resources.
On this part, scientific coordinator at the Ghana Science Association, Force Nachajo, described the protocol as crucial to Ghana's fishery sector.
Public institutions, you need funding from government. First of all, beyond the funding, you need government support. Because at the end of the day, it is the government who signed the protocol. No individual organization has signed. And the institution that is organizing this is doing it on behalf of government. So if government support doesn't come, there is no way we will be successful in whatever we want to do. So I strongly call on government that they should commit themselves, total commitment.
That's it for Prime Business for today. I am Pius Kojo Baka. We have Prime Sports for you shortly.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabidim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Ghana, get ready for the ultimate athletics showdown. The African Senior Athletics Championship is coming home. Let's go, baby! Live at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, Legon. Watch Africa's finest take center stage from Kenya, Nigeria, Botswana, South Africa, Zambia, and many more elite athletes from across the continent. And flying the flag high for Ghana, Benjamin Asamati and Samino Abdul Rashid. This is African excellence on full display. Don't miss it. Live at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium from May 12 to May 17, 2026. The 24th African Athletics Championship. And powered by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, the Confederation of African Athletics, and Ghana Athletics.
Putting on just the fabric isn't really enough. You have to put on your confidence. I chose this Printex fabric because it symbolizes hope and success because of the color and the texture. Printex.
Imagine a family without a home. Imagine a song without a voice. Imagine a church without prayers. Imagine a government without citizens. Imagine democracy without journalists. Imagine a world without the media. Life is full of issues and stories about people, communities, and governments. Stories that have to be told by well-trained journalists. That's why you can't imagine news without JoyNews.
Welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbawa, and the third, beg your pardon, of the Africa Senior Athletics Championship has concluded at the University of Ghana Stadium, and today Ghana managed to pick 3 medals. Esther Ohinewa picked a silver medal in the high jump, while Florence Agyemang also picked a medal, bronze medal, in the women's 400 meters race, and Alex Amankwa also picked a bronze medal in the men's 800 meters, giving Ghana the first medals of this competition so far. Here is how it all unfolded.
Marley for June is coming through. She wants to take the final bang. She wants to dominate it. Idris Ahmed Bassan is in there, and onto the home straight. It is a contest between Sita Sibri of Burkina Faso. However, in lane 5, lane 6, and lane 7, the bronze medal for Ghana. Ghana's Florence Agyemang has finished third.
This is out on the medals. She came in as one of the highly ranked favorites for this one, but I think she set off a bit. The first 200 meters a bit too slow for her, and by the time of the final 10, she was nowhere close to the action.
Benoit goes, Benoit attempts, Benoit clears. The home crowd cheers her home. There is the hope that Imadi would make them proud. Imadi wants to make them proud. Algeria says no. 2 countries neck to neck for gold and silver. Kenya is coming in. And it is Lottie Kevin of Kenya who is gold with the finish.
Absolutely. It was indeed a photo finish. And how Alex Amankwa came from the back and managed to dip in time for a bronze. Look at that. Over the Algerian, because he was way behind him. But look at that. Just dipped just ahead of the Algerian.
Alex, how do you feel about this race? No, I'm pretty happy. I thought I could have done a little bit better, but I got a little trapped. But some of the Ghana magic pulled me through the last 100 meters.
Doing this on home soil.
Yeah, no, it means a lot. I was born in Winneba, and to come back here and get a medal for my country, it's a full circle moment, and I'm just so happy to be able to give that back to my country.
A lot we should expect from you?
Of course, man. Hey, I have a lot of confidence in myself. I believe in the work I do, and this is just a tipping block. I'm getting older, but I'm getting faster, and I look forward to more challenges and doing more for myself and the country. All the best, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's Ghana's Alex Amankwa, who picked a bronze medal in the 800 meters race there. Well, Ghana's 4x100 relay team also won their heat ahead of the finals of the 4x100 men relay there. And this is how they won their heat.
Of Botswana in this semi-final.
Set. Off they go, away they go. They have been called back. It appears there is danger for Mauritius. He can clearly feel it.
6 Angola, clearly. For them to get on the blocks. Set and off they go. Off they go. Off they go. Ghana could not get a smooth change of the baton. However, Joseph Paul Amoa has come in, hands over the baton to Ibrahim Fuseni. Ghana on, Ghana Botswana. It is Ghana Botswana. It's Ghana Botswana. It's Abdul Rashid Samino. He is going to lead Ghana home. Botswana in second. There comes Ghana in place for a place in the final. 38.64. The crowd has responded.
And that was Rashid Samino powering the 4x100 relay team to the finals of the competition. It will be taking place tomorrow and bring you all the action on Joy Prime. Well, away from that to the Black Stars now, and the fundraising committee for the 2026 FIFA World Cup has today received in excess of 9 million Ghana cedis from EcoBank, Absa Bank, Ghana Gas and Jinjin. Well, the Deputy Minister of Finance, Thomas Nyako Ampem, who doubles as a member of the fundraising committee, revealed this at a press briefing earlier today at the ministry.
We are happy that a number of you have responded to the call to support our national team. Over the last several weeks, we've been receiving significant donations from Ghanaians and some corporations. And we want to use this opportunity to thank all those who have responded to this call and to remind those that haven't yet showed their faces that the Black Stars are expecting to hear from you. Ghanaians are expecting you to cheer the Black Stars on with your donations. In fact, so far it's been quite responsive, but we have about a month or so to go, and we are calling on all those who are yet to respond to do so before the end of this month. So the donations we have received today, Omnibasic came to do the symbolic presentation, but because we saw your transfer into the account last week, we announced it. So we are announcing again. This is not an addition to the 250,000 that we announced last week. It is the same one. But if you are minded to top up with another 250,000, that would be generous on your part. Today we've received 1 million Ghana cedis from Absa Bank. We have received the cedi equivalents of $100,000 from Zijin Mining Company. I think that is 1.3 million cedis. And EcoBank Ghana has also given us 3 million Ghana cedis, and Ghana Gas 5 million Ghana cedis. So on behalf of the fundraising committee, we say, God bless you. We also want to remind you and those who are yet to come that this is tax deductible. And so you can, in the process of filing your taxes for 2026, include this so that the full effect of this donation is not on your companies.
Well, Ghana, the Black Stars are set to camp at Brown University in the USA, and ahead of the move to that camp, which is expected to happen in a week's time, Joy Sports Venture Tahiri Venture brings us an insight into their base, Brown University, and the facilities that the Black Stars will be using to prepare for the World Cup.
Welcome to Bryant University, which will play host to the Black Stars of Ghana
during the period of the FIFA World Cup. Hey, who am I here with?
Jake, welcome to Bryant University.
Thank you very much. So we are inside the Bryant University campus, a really beautiful university campus. And we will show off a couple of the things that are here, including the pitch, the dressing rooms, the facilities that the Black Stars will be using ahead of the World Cup. They're here. Let's go.
We're going to start our tour with the fitness center weight room for Team Ghana, and then we're going to go into the spaces that they'll be using by the pitch as well.
Okay, let's go.
So this is our weight room. Have a bunch of free weights, racks, turf for warming up and stretching. This would be when Team Ghana is using it. It would be only accessible to Team Ghana. So we would schedule it out so that Team Ghana is the only one in here at that time. And now we're going to make our way to the training room and then locker room spaces as well for Team Ghana. So we have treatment tables, taping tables. And then once we come back here, have an ice machine, bathroom, and then hot and cold tubs in here. So I could show you that. So after training, come in here, get some recovery. So a cold tub and a hot tub. Amazing. And then in here, we have our exam room for, team doctors, team physicians to look at someone, after training or whatnot with a bunch of medical equipment as well.
What was the news like when it was announced that Team Ghana would be camping here? I bet Bryant University was all over the news.
Yes, we were very, very excited. We had a bunch of, teams visit, and we enjoyed everything we learned about Team Ghana. Yeah. And we were actually very happy that Ghana picked us as the site. We know they had, 70 different options they could choose from. So we were excited that, they chose us. So in here is our, where the kit manager would work out of. So a bunch of table space, 6 dryers, 4 washers. And it actually looks right out into the pitch, which we can go to now.
Okay. Oh, the laundry room leads onto the pitch.
Yes. Yep. Leads right onto the pitch. So this is the pitch that Team Ghana will be using. So it's their locker room's right in there too, which we're going to see in a minute. But it leads right into the training area, locker rooms, and whatnot. But feel free to.
Wow. Welcome to Bryant University's football field or soccer field. Look at how big it is. This is where the Black Stars of Ghana will train every single day for the FIFA World Cup.
I'm Chris Merritt. I'm a psychology major. I play on the Brighton soccer team here. This is where we practice on our grass fields. We prepare here. We prepare for games against opponents that play on grass. So I think that the Ghanaian team is going to enjoy this a lot. It'll be a really good opportunity to get the ball moving. So yeah.
So after training, after Team Ghana is done, we're gonna head into the locker room area, which is right through these doors. Here's the locker room area. So there's 30 lockers, restroom area, and showers as well in the locker room. And then all lockers have cabinet space on the top with the lockable here, and then on the bottom as well. So a bunch of storage for all of their. So right in here is our soccer press box, which overlooks the pitch. So we have 2 rooms, a webcasting room and then a open room. So all of these windows open all the way out. So you're able to set up cameras, or, technical staff wants to watch practice. They're able to watch
the video analyst and coaches can set up here.
So all of these windows open all the way up. And you're able,
the pitch from up here.
So now we're going to walk into our black and gold area, which we use for all of our athletic events on this stadium. We have a bunch of banquets in here, but this will be accessible to Team Ghana for, team meals if they wanted to do any team meals or meetings.
Yeah.
We have 3 screens that you could hook up to, and watch something while you eat or have a staff meeting or whatnot. And then now we're going to walk into our film room, which is where we would assume Team Ghana would, watch film as a team and potentially have some media in there as well, depending on the size.
Oh, wow. Oh, so they can even use this room for tactical meeting.
So we have 3 projectors, a bunch of speakers, and then 142 seats. So all of our teams use this for team meetings, video review, and whatnot. So would be available to Team Ghana. So now we're going to go to the 3rd floor. 3rd floor, we have office spaces and other team meeting areas that Team Ghana would be able to use if they want.
How long have you been working here?
I've been here since 2017. So I was a student for 4 years, and then I did an internship for 1 year, and I've been full-time since then. So it's been about 4 years full-time.
Do you love it being here? Are you from Rhode Island?
Originally from New Jersey, but been living here since school. So the last 8 years.
Amazing stuff.
Yes.
You're basically now an islander.
Yeah, I'm a Rhode Islander now. So this is our 3rd floor level press area for our stadium, but all of this space would be available to the coaches, players, and to host team meetings. So we have spaces here and a kind of a tiered classroom set up here.
Yeah, so that's an insight into the Bryan University, where the Black Stars will be based for the entire duration of the World Cup. Let's head to Germany for the latest there, and Daniel Barcelona is with our partner station at DWTV. She joins me on what is going to unfold this weekend in the German Bundesliga. Daniel, good to have you. I mean, the last match day of the Bundesliga, we decide the final Champions League spot, and we know Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund have all secured their slot. So tell us, who has the best chance of picking the remaining slots?
Yeah, so the last match day of the Bundesliga, everything is up for grabs for that final Champions League spot. So as it stands, of course, we know Bayern as the champions. They go to Champions League, Dortmund in 2nd place, Leipzig in 3rd, and now that 4th place spot, things are very heated. So as it stands, Stuttgart currently occupies that 4th place spot, but they are tied on points with Hoffenheim, and Leverkusen, they only sit 3 points behind, and the goals are very tight. So in the last match day, everybody basically needs a win, and they need to hope they get some help from the other sides. So Stuttgart, they will visit Frankfurt. That's a pretty tough match because Frankfurt, although they've had a pretty up and down season, they also still have a chance to qualify for one of the European places this season. So it will be a hard-fought match for Stuttgart if they want to get that spot. Hoffenheim, they visit Gladbach. Gladbach, they're safe. They're not playing for anything. They can't get relegated. So in theory, it looks like it would be favorable for Hoffenheim. Now, Leverkusen, they play at home. They will be hosting Hamburg, who, like Gladbach, they can't get relegated and they can't qualify for a Champions League spot. So Stuttgart pretty much has the toughest battle there, but it's going to go down to the wire for the Champions League spot on the last match day.
Well, interesting. While others are looking to make it to the Champions League, there are those who are also fighting for survival in the league. We know the likes of Wolfsburg are all trying to avoid a drop. I mean, tell us how it's looking like going into this weekend, the bottom of the table there.
Definitely a lot of interesting games going on at the bottom of the table because everything is going down to the wire here too. In the Bundesliga, unlike some other leagues, the last 2 teams get relegated immediately, but the 3rd last place team has to play in a playoff knockout home and away game against the 3rd place team from the 2nd Bundesliga. So as it stands right now, St. Pauli is in dead last, direct relegation, and Wolfsburg is is in the relegation playoff match, and Heidenheim second last with that direct relegation spot. So Heidenheim, actually, they look like they were in the most trouble until last week when they pulled off a miraculous victory. They need to win if they want to have any chance of getting into that relegation playoff spot. So they will be hosting Mainz, who this season they've saved themselves and they can't play in Europe. So they really don't have anything to play for, but still will be a tough match for Heidenheim. Like I said, they need to win because St. Pauli and Wolfsburg actually play each other on the last match day of the season. So one of those teams could get relegated. Both of them could get directly relegated. It really depends. Every match depends on what happens in the other match. So St. Pauli and Wolfsburg, they will need both to win that game. And all of the three teams at the bottom of the table are going to look to score as many goals as possible because they're tied in points. It will come down to also goal differential, which is very important. So we're going to have to stay tuned to the bottom of the table as well on the last match day.
Now, we know in the second Bundesliga, we know Schalke 04 have returned to the top flight, after some stint down there. But just tell us finally, which other team is likely to join them in the promotion?
Yeah, so we talked about Schalke a lot. They finished first place in the second Bundesliga and got directly promoted back to the Bundesliga, which was massive after being in the second Bundesliga. Now, in the second Bundesliga, Elversberg, they currently sit in second place with 59 points. They just missed out on a direct promotion, but they could still do that on the last second Bundesliga match day. But they are tied in points with Hanover and Paderborn. So all is coming down to the last match day and really down to the wire. So Elversberg, they're going to be playing against Münster on the last match day of the second Bundesliga. Now, Münster has already been relegated, so they really don't have anything to play for at the moment. And Elversberg, if they got promoted directly, it would be massive. It's the first time in their history. They're a very small club. And just last season, they missed out on promotion. They played in that relegation game against Heidenheim and ended up losing at the last minute. So they will be looking on the last match day to clinch that direct promotion spot. They want to avoid that relegation game. Now, Hanover, they will play against Nuremberg, middle of the pack team. They really need to get a win in that one and score goals because the goal differential is very important. And Paderborn, they visit Darmstadt, who's in fifth place. So that's a little bit of a tougher match for Paderborn. And Hanover and Paderborn in the last couple games have not looked so good. So they will be looking to turn it around on the last match day and try to get that direct promotion spot or at least play in the relegation game. So eyes will be on the second Bundesliga as well.
Much really appreciate your time, and she's with the partner station DWTV. And that's what we have for you tonight. And thank you very much for your company.
Ghana Police Service is facing potential legal action from artist Ibrahim Muhammad.
He and his team were attacked by members of the Black Maria.
It's all over Ghana that a diplomat has been beaten to pulp.
Ibrahim Muhammad is a peaceful citizen. If you do this to him, what will happen to some of us?
That DSP Jalil is a dangerous human being.
He's a controversial person within the police service, and every policeman can attest to that.
One of the police officers saw me and I could see a sense of caution and fear on his face. He went to